Hello, I'm going to show you how we insert a Dexcom CGM sensor into our almost 18-month-old. Norah was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was 9 months old, and we got her Dexcom shortly thereafter. So we've been doing this for a couple months now, and I just wanted to make this video so that we have a reference for caregivers if they would ever need to insert a CGM for Norah. Also for purposes of raising awareness. This is not meant to be a medical commentary. If you're looking into a CGM or how to use it, please consult your endocrinologist or your Dexcom representative, as this is just the way that we do it and it's not intended as medical advice. So the Dexcom CGM sensor is something that we put in the back of Norah's arm. We find that that's the best location to use it on her. And it reports her blood glucose level. It takes a reading every 5 minutes or so. And it is not meant to replace the finger sticks that we do to check her blood glucose. But it does provide us with an extra layer of protection. It's extra peace of mind, kind of having an idea of where her blood sugar is at between testing. It can help us establish trends, and it really helps overall with her diabetes care. So we really like it, especially because Norah is hypoglycemic unaware, which means that she doesn't realize when her blood sugar is dropping low, and low blood sugar is a very dangerous thing. Insulin is what brings the blood sugar levels of type 1 diabetics down, but it can also have negative side effects in that it can bring their blood sugar down too low. And that's dangerous because it can cause seizures, unconsciousness. It's just a bad situation, and it's something that type 1 diabetics and or their caretakers deal with. It's a given. It's going to happen. So it gives us a peace of mind because it alerts us when she's dropping too quickly, when she's in the danger zone. And in contrast, it also lets us know when she's rising high. And like I said, it fills in the gaps between finger pricks, which is a really nice peace of mind that it gives us. So I took out her previous sensor before bath time so that you can get up close so you can kind of see it. This gray part on the outside, that is the transmitter, and that we reuse. This little white sticky pad and the plastic part underneath, that's the sensor that we replace. There's a needle on the underside, and that's what's inserted into Norah's arm. So I'm going to show you how we remove the transmitter here from the old one to renew it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to remove the transmitter from the initial sensor that was already in her. This is the whole unit of the new sensor and the, I don't know what you'd call it, the injector, the little thing that puts it into her arm. And what you're going to do is this little part right here, this is what removes the transmitter from the old sensor. So it just lifts right off, just like that. So the little trick that I learned that is very helpful to me is that if you stick it between the D and the E, then it'll come right out. So you just stick that part right between the D and the E, push down, and it'll lift right up. Kind of might need to lay it down. Okay, so I just laid it down and pressed down, and this is the gray transmitter that we reuse. This gets replaced about every 6 months or so because there is an internal battery in here, and that needs replaced every so often. So for right now, we're still using the same one that we initially got. You can see what's left over. This is the sensor itself. That's where it kind of plugs in. So you can discard this then when you're done. So we'll discard that. So set your transmitter aside, and I'm going to walk you through how we do the site insertion before I actually do it, because it's easier to see it real up close like this. So as you can see, there's like a plunger on this side, and then there's this kind of cylindrical tube thing here. What you do is once you place it on the site where you want to put it on your child, like I said, on Norah we use the back of the arm. Some people use like the love handle area, the bum, the stomach. We've used it on her thighs before, but that doesn't really work out too great considering that she can easily reach it and rip it off pretty easily. So what you do is once you stick it on the skin, then you're gonna put your index and middle finger rested on top of that little tube and your thumb on the white plunger. And it's a two-step process. You push the white plunger down, then you'll move your index and middle finger beneath this little tube and you'll pull straight up on it. And then it's done and you can detach the portion that allows you to inject the sensor into the skin. So we also use something called skin tack to put on Norah's arm before we put the site on. It just helps to protect her skin, and it also creates a layer that makes it extra sticky so that the sensor will stick better. It's important that you let it dry thoroughly though before you stick the sticky part on, otherwise it's not going to stick all that great. Some of the other things that we use to help extend the life of the CGM sensor is IV 3000 and like a transparent site dressing or obside dressing or something like that. We use one of these, I don't know, I call it like a half circle IV 3000, and we cut it in half. So we use it on this portion and the back portion of her CGM sensor, and then we use the square one and we cut it in half and do it along the sides. And we find that that helps because it keeps the white sticky portion kind of intact, and then we could bathe her. We could change these if we're careful. If they start getting yucky or if she starts pulling them off, we could gently peel them off, keeping the white sticky part on, and then just replace the obside dressing. We can generally get about 7 to 10 days wear out of a CGM. Dexcom guarantees it for 7. If it doesn't last up to the 7 days, they will send you a replacement sensor. We like to kind of try and milk it a little bit and get 10, 14 days if we can, just because it's always nice to have extra supplies laying around, and I figure if you can get it, then you get a bigger bang for your buck, as long as the numbers are accurate. If they start going haywire, if it starts not reading, it's not worth it to keep it. It's more worth it to get better numbers on the CGM. So we just, at that point, we'll switch it out. But generally we can get about 10 days is our average, I think. So I think that about covers everything that you need, everything that we do, essentially. So now I'm just going to do it for the camera. Like I said, the view might not be the greatest, but at least you'll kind of have an idea of how we do it. So she may cry because it's hard to hold an 18-month-old down and have them be happy. But I assure you, the first time that we put it in, she didn't even notice that we did it. So it might be more a cry of protest than pain, although it is a pretty long sensor, so it's not the most comfortable to go in either. So I'm going to let her play with my phone here. You hold that? You hold that? Okay. So as you can see, this is, this arm's kind of red. This is the one it just came off of. So we'll put some lotion on this because it's kind of getting dry and cracked the skin there. So we're going to use this arm for today. Let me see here. So I'm opening up the skin tack here. Let me see if I can get you a better angle here. Oh, okay. Oh, did you throw that? Okay, here you go. Hang on to it, sweet pea. There you go. Okay. Or not. Okay. So, let's see how this goes. No, there's another reason why I wanted to talk you through it in case she protested. So we just rub this all over the back of her arm. Yeah. Thanks, baby girl. Okay. We'll just let that dry. Huh. We'll let it dry. Okay. Alright. It's very sticky. My fingers are even sticking together. So then you'll peel off the back label, sticky, to reveal the sticky portion. Hope you can see this okay. Okay. And then just go ahead and stick it down anywhere on the back of her arm. There we go. Okay, so we have the injector, whoops. Like I said, squirmy. Okay, and then, so then we're just gonna push on the white, make sure that you keep the tube portion down because you don't want to do the two-step process in one step. So push down and pull back. All done, all done. Okay, all done, all done, all done, all done, all done. Okay. All right, and now you have to remove the injector portion. There's 2 tabs on the side. You just squeeze them together and it just pops right off like that. And then one thing that I didn't go over before is this little tab thing on the back. That's how you put the new transmitter in. So grab the new transmitter and you can see there's this distinct side one way or the other. Here, I'll see if I can get up closer here for you. And so I'm kind of doing this a little backwards, but so you kind of put it halfway in. It's okay. And then you use that tab, see how that goes over top, and you just push it down. And it should snap and it'll secure in. And then this tab you can just, it's okay, baby. You can just twist it off here. And you're all set. She's all set. See? Look at the baby. You're all set. So now I'll show you how we attach the Opsite IV 3000 dressing on top of it. Yeah, say hi, baby. You see yourself, huh? All right, so I'm going to show you how we attach the Opsite dressing. Hi. Hi, yeah. So I already cut the pieces how I wanted them to be. Come up here a little bit so you can see. So I cut the square into vertical rectangles, and then I cut the semicircle one or whatever in half. So it comes up to these pieces, and you can see how that kind of fits how the Dexcom sensor looks. So I like to start with these ones first, and they give you instructions how to use these, which side to remove first and everything. Now I covered the skin tack all over because the skin tack's going to help this stuff stick as well. So I just kind of lay it over top, pull out the rest of the bottom there. And you could pull that off. Ta-da! And then we'll do the bottom. Yeah. CGM, can you say CGM? Stick that down. Oops. Oh, did I catch it on your skin there? There. Okay. Hi, baby girl. Peel that off. Push it down. There we go. This one is always harder to get off because it's the opposite side that has the lift capability. So you kind of got to pick at it till you can find it. All right. And this one. Yeah. Yay? Yeah. And then one more. Oops. Let me see. Turn this way. This one's the tricky one on the back. But we improvise as best as we can. Huh. There we go. Seems to be okay. All right, so we are all set then. The Opsite dressing, we'll just peel these last ones off. So like I said, we could replace that portion after bath if it starts getting dry and crinkly and nasty, we do that. So she's all set with her CGM on her. Okay. Then then we take the receiver here, and we're going to hit the round circle button, and we're going to scroll down to start sensor, and we're going to hit the center button, and it's going to start the sensor for us. And as you can see, there's that little circle in the corner, and that tells us how much longer we have until we can calibrate it. And we're going to calibrate it about 2 hours from when you start the sensor. It'll show you that it's timed by a picture of 2 blood drops, and so that means that you need to draw, do a finger stick twice and enter in both of those numbers, and I'll show you how we do that once those 2 hours have passed. Also, it's important to note that you are going to need to calibrate your CGM every 12 hours, and it'll show you with a little blood drop when it's time to do that. So I think that about covers it for how we put in the CGM. You can feel free to ask questions in the comments below. And we'll see you in about 2 hours, and I'll show you how to set up the Dexcom so that you can start getting your number readings. Say see you in a bit. Okay, it's been about 2 hours, and I have the double blood drop in that upper corner there. That lets me know it's time to calibrate with a double finger stick. So I know, sweetie. So we're just gonna do a finger stick here. The first one. And then so there's the first one. And the meter is showing 114. So I'm going to take this, hit the center button, scroll down. Oops. Oops. Hang on, Nora. Scroll down to enter BG, hit the center button, scroll to 114, hit the center button, click OK. Oops. And it's going to load. And there's one check mark. Now I have to do the other one. So we're gonna get another test strip out. I know, we're almost done, and then we'll have lunch, huh? You want some lunch? We do lunchtime a little later around here. We're not really morning people. Alright. Okay, so and we could do our other finger stick. We'll do a different finger. We'll do this one this time. Oops. Okay. All done. Wipe away the first drop of blood. And then. Okay, all done, all done, all done. All done. Okay. And this one shows 113. Whoops. Sorry, that's backwards. So we're going to hit the center button again. Oops, enter BG, center button. We're going to scroll down to 113. Center button, hit OK. She's going to enter the BG. And then we're set. So as you can see, she's headed down. We really don't like her to be below 100. So it's time for her to eat. Thank you.